In here. For those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. Please remember to hit that subscribe button and that bell. And for those of you that's been following me and supporting me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always double salute. Now, today's video, we're actually going to be talking about Chime Credit Builder. And one of the things that most people that have the Chime, they actually are not aware that they can turn this into two primary accounts to help build up their credit. And so I'm going to actually show you how you can actually leverage Chime, the credit builder, to actually get two accounts out of it to help you build up your credit, okay? Now, here's the thing, understanding how to get a Chime account. There's no hard pull. Now, when they said no hard pull, that doesn't mean that because they're not going to TransUnion, Experian, Equifax to check your credit, that they're not actually looking at your credit. Okay, so what that means is that they're looking at third-party companies with the major credit bureaus, like Clarity, which is owned by Experian, DataX, which is owned by Equifax, Factor Trust, which is owned by TransUnion, or they may look at LexisNexis. Okay, so when you hear companies say no hard pull, do not think that they're not actually going to find some way to look at your credit. All right, it may not be the major credit bureaus, but definitely they're going to use the third party. All right, now the good thing about with the Chime credit checking accounts and stuff, because they don't do no overdrive, no minimum balance, no monthly fees, no foreign transactions, which a lot of people like. Okay, the thing about it, granted that Chime is a fintech company, is not a major bank. All right. Now, here's some things that you need to understand about new secured credit cards. So if you're trying to use Chime to build secured trying to build your personal credit using security card, they don't charge no interest, no annual fees, no credit check. What you add to the card is your credit limit. So what that means is that, like with a credit card, a regular credit card, say that like the Indigo card or something. I'll make a video on that explaining. But like a card like that, right? Granted, they charge those fees, plus they may give you a limit of $300, right? So if you use 200 of that, that's your utilization. But with Chime, there's no utilization, okay? Because they don't give you no limit. It's whatever you put on the card. Now, in order to qualify for the checking account, you have to deposit at least $200 or more, okay? And this will help you get the Visa debit card. Now, another thing that a lot of people like about Chime is because you can get your paycheck 2 days earlier than the rest of your co-workers and stuff. Now, like I said, with the utilization, they don't report that to the credit bureaus. So for some people, that utilization isn't going to hurt. You can max it out. It's not going to hurt your credit, so which is a good thing. Now, how do you go from Chime Credit Builder to get from one primary account to help you build up your credit to get a second primary? Well, here's how it is. Many people are paying their rent, all right? But they're paying with money orders, they're paying with cash and stuff like that. One of the things that you can do is the money that you have, that you're going to pay your rent and stuff, instead of getting a money order, take that money, put it on your Chime account, which is going to be reporting to the credit bureaus, okay? Put that on the Chime account. Then you want to open up an account with Plastic. See it at the bottom, PLASTIQ, plastic.com, okay? Sign your card up with it, your Chime card up with it, all right? Then have them to send out a check to whoever you're paying your rent to. The reason that you want this done, not only are you going to get two primary trade lines out of it, but another reason is because when you actually show rent payments or mortgage payments on your credit file, okay, this also, especially with rent payments, this can help you get qualified for a mortgage. It'll also help you get qualified for, say that you have bad credit and you're trying to show that you can handle making payments on time and stuff, and you need to get a car. So this is why you want to do this. So that will give you two primaries. One from the Chime Credit Builder, then number two, signing the Chime up with plastic.com. Do they charge a fee? Yes. But at the same time, the leverage is that you're getting two trade accounts. And that's the thing that most people are not looking at on how to leverage this account to build up their credit. Now, I do have other accounts that's going to help you build up your credit and other recommendations. Now, talking about rent, places that you can go to have them to pay your rent other than plastic, all right? You have Place Pay. Now, this is their fees here, 2.99% for every credit card or debit card payment, and a 1.95 flat fee for a check. So if you want to send a credit card payment through them or sign them up, and that way, like if you're with a roommate or something, they can sign up for this, and both of you all can make your payments through this, and it'll report to the credit bureau. Then you have RentTrack. Okay, they do paper checks and stuff. They'll send out a check on your behalf. You use your credit card or your debit card, and it reports to all three major credit bureaus. Again, this is so that you can start getting more primaries, and also not just paying rent, but that rent payment as a trade line so that you can get qualified for a mortgage. You may be trying to get in, your next move may be trying to get into real estate investing or something like that, right? And you want to get your first home or whatever. So this is how you actually would do it to help you. Now, we just talked about plastic, but other places that you can sign up with is Boom Rental, and they report up to 2 years of history, plus they will help age your credit file, because say that you've been in a place for 5 years, okay, you've been making your payments and stuff like that. Well, it is said when the account opened was 5 years ago, right? So that's aging your credit file, and then plus 2 years of history. The reason that this is important, because of the new FICO 10. The FICO 10 is going to be focusing on at least 2 years of history and what's currently going on with your credit file. Now, if you don't know the difference between your FICO 8, your FICO 9, your FICO 10, your FICO 5.2, then click the link below and actually get your FICO credit file and look at it. And you'll see what I'm talking about in terms of the difference between your credit file. And if you need consultation or more instructions on how to leverage your credit file to get funding and stuff like that, or to add more trade lines to build up your credit, then also schedule a 30-minute consultation. All right. Now, you have Isuzu Rent reports to all three credit bureaus, and you have Rent Report Team that reports to all three credit bureaus, okay? Another thing you want to do that will definitely help boost up your credit is Grow Credit. The reason is because it deals with subscriptions. Now, if your state, if they don't operate in your state with Grow Credit, you can also go to Perch, PERCH.com, and they do subscriptions as well. Like, so if you have a Hulu, a Netflix, car insurance, gym membership, those type of utilities. Also, the reason that I'm telling you about these, because this is build up your FICO 9. The reason that you want to build up your FICO 9 score is because it's much easier for you to build up and also to get access to funding. So that's the reason that I'm telling you this, to use these type of accounts to build up your, at least your FICO 9, to get access to more funding, all right? Now, also adding authorized users will also help your FICO 9 to help build up the credit profile to get access to funding as well, okay? That FICO 9 is definitely a leveraging tool to get access to funding, especially when you're rebuilding your credit and you're trying to get access to more funding. Now, if you have bad credit, but you've been on your job a long time, you've been at your resident a long time, you have a low debt to income ratio, then creditloans.com. Creditloans.com may be a place that you want to check out. Their loans go from $250 up to $40,000, but you have to have active checking account. They state they have a 90% approval chance, so even if you're in check systems, they may be able to help you get some funding. Okay, the unfortunate thing about credit loans is that they don't operate in New York and Connecticut. But if you have bad credit, the maximum amount of loan they will allow is $5,000. Okay. Now, let's just say that you was able to get $5,000 or more from credit loans. Then I would suggest that you would take at least 2,500 of that, 2,500, 3,000 of that. Then I would open up a SABLE account. The reason is because after 4 months, that card turns into a regular credit card when you have on-time payments and stuff like that. The maximum is $10,000, but you don't have to be a U.S. citizen. You don't have to have a Social Security card, Social Security number, right? But at the same time, it still reports to all the major credit bureaus, and it helps you build up your personal credit. Because if you have bad credit and you're rebuilding, or you have new credit and you're rebuilding, this is definitely one of those cards you want to leverage. Now, I made a video explaining more about this. What I'll do, I'll put a link in the description so you can actually check out that video as well. Now, if you are able to become a member of Navy Federal and you have no credit or bad credit, I always tell you start with the Navy Federal Nrewards secured card. The reason is you can start with $200, but after good payment history, after 6 months, it'll turn into a $2,000 primary card on your credit file, especially when you're trying to rebuild your personal credit. So this is very good. So the SABLE one turn into a primary after 4 months, and then the Navy Federal will turn into a primary after 6 months of good payment history. All right. And then also I would encourage you, if you're able to get into Navy Federal, make sure that you're able, if you're trying to get like larger amounts like $10, $15, $25,000 lines of credit from Navy Federal, then you want to look at their data points. So that means that if you're able to do a direct deposit with Navy Federal, if you're able to open up a savings account, I would encourage you definitely open up a savings account by you getting a Nrewards secured card and a pledge loan. Okay, those are going to help you with your internal scoring so that you can get after 6 months, you can apply for higher limits. I have seen people, I made a video actually showing proof, people with 530 credit scores getting $25,000 credit lines with Navy Federal. Okay, but it's that internal scoring that's so important, all right? Now, if you're not able to get into Navy Federal, then I would probably suggest that you try to get into Patelco Credit Union, okay? And the reason is because they offer score builder loans as well, go from 500 up to 5,000. But the good thing about it is that, again, internal scoring. If you're able to open up a savings account, direct deposit, that will help you to get access to more money. Now, the only thing about Patelco, where Navy Federal, they pull FICO 9. Patelco pulls FICO 8, okay? But you can join them through Financial Fitness Association. I actually made a video going into more details about Patelco, so I put that in the description as well. Now, again, in order for you to be successful with rebuilding your personal credit, building up to get funding and stuff like that, to get larger lines of credit cards and stuff like that, you need to know your FICO score. So click the link in the description and get access to your FICO score so you can know exactly what FICO score you're going to be using for each financial institution. If you schedule a 30-minute consultation with me, I'll actually go over that with you and show you how to leverage it. Okay, so this is Houston with 3-Way Funding. I hope that this video helps you. Thank you.